Hi everyone, today I am Hi everyone, today I'm doing an unboxing and a first impressions of my first expensive Micro Four Thirds lens that I've ever bought. I've moved to Micro Four Thirds. I'm using Panasonic GH4, Panasonic G7, Panasonic GX8. And I'm loving them so much that I'm sold all my full frame stuff. But this is odd because it's not a Panasonic lens, it's an Olympus lens. Now Olympus and Panasonic have joined together in the Micro Four Thirds system, so you can use Olympus lenses on Panasonic, Panasonic on Olympus lenses, Panasonic lenses on Olympus cameras. But this is the first expensive one I've got. And it's got the words Pro on it. So far, the most expensive lens I've bought has, in the past so far, has been this one, the 15mm f1.7, which is a lovely little lens here. It's great. It's totally silent focusing, fast focus, and all that kind of stuff. But this one is the Olympus 12 to 40 f2.8 Pro. So I'm excited to see what this is actually like. In terms of the packaging, it tells you it's a 24 to 80 in the equivalence of a full frame camera. Obviously f2.8, if you try and multiply that up to a full frame camera, the terms of depth of field that you get is more around about 5.6, but in terms of Micro Four Thirds, it's fantastic. And it's certainly, box wise, is the biggest. The closest thing I've got to it is my Sigma 60mm f2.8. Let's see how this turns out. But wait, before I do that, box wise, if I compare it to the Tamron, Tamron full frame lens, the 24 to 70 f2.8, smaller box. That's quite surprising. So let's do like this. Got to be careful while taking it all out. So this is brand new. Now this, when I say this is expensive, my most expensive one, being this one, was around about £350, which I would say is medium price expensive. But for 1.7, that's pretty good. This, even if you're getting it second hand, is still £720. I bought this brand new, and it is well packaged in here. Let's switch over to this cam, see if we can get a closer in the box kind of shot. We'll do a couple of weighing tests in a minute as well. So what have we got at the front? I'm guessing this is the lens. No, it's the lens bag. I'll never use that. And then, just how do we actually get it out? Not a good positioning to put it in. It's just plopped out there. Here it is in the packaging. I'll put the package on the floor. It comes with a little Olympus thing, and we'll put the box over to the side over here. We actually got our lens hood. And then here comes it's been a while since I've bought brand new lenses, but that straight out of the camera, straight out of the box, £800 is a lot of money. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That is very nice. One thing it most certainly is it is the most heavy Micro Four Thirds lens. So again, the heaviest I've got, the 15mm, is that. The 60mm f2.8 looks like that. Oh, I suppose my biggest one maybe my Panasonic 7 to 14mm lens. And if we compare that next to this, it's not hugely a bit different, but let's go stick it on to what I consider the camera which I'm using pretty much for all my work is the Panasonic GX8. It has in-camera image stabilization, or in-body image stabilization, so IBIS. So the sensor can move around. So although this lens doesn't have image stabilization, for photo-wise, I can still get stabilized image by using the Panasonic GX8. The Panasonic has a 12 to 35, this one's a little bit longer, a 12 to 35 which does have image stabilization, but that's because in the past Panasonic didn't put IBIS into their cameras. So let's just see what this feels like. It's also the first lens that I've bought that's got the the designation of Pro. So okay, on the GX8, which I've got, which is probably the smallest Micro Four Thirds camera that I've got, it's unbalanced. I'll just show you the size of that there. That is 2/3 lens, 1/3 body. That's pretty unbalanced, and considering how small a grip it is here, that is I wouldn't call that a good balancing act. But it's all right. Okay, first things I want to test out the zoom. How does that feel? Nice. It extends quite a long way. I'm quite surprised how much of an extension that is. All the way back in. Ooh, so it's actually its smallest size is actually at about 14 or 18 millimeters there. On the side, there's a lens function button. Now, that doesn't work with Panasonic cameras. That's just with Olympus cameras. So that's unfortunately not able to be used. The lens cap is very nice. The lens hood is very nice. It's got two little clicky things on the side. And then the lens cap looks pretty good there. Okay, let's have a little quick check. One thing I want to test is the sound that it makes whenever you're doing autofocusing. So that's good. Let's stick it into video mode. Okay, so now we're shooting in HD mode. Let's see, let's bring the Olympus, we can get it pretty close to the actual camera. Let's get it, come on, focus on it, focus. There, look at the shallowness of the depth of field. How close? It says the closest focusing is 20 centimeters, which is very, very close. Look at, and they say you can't get shallow depth of field on a Micro Four Thirds. Look at the background there. That is lovely and mush. And then let's see if I move this away. Totally silent focusing. That's good. Now let's zoom it to the maximum, 40 millimeters, which. Let's focus on that. So yeah, I'll half press on the shutter. Look at how blurred out the background is there. I don't think that's even at the closest. Let's get even closer. Nice! Background, total mush. And then very silent, very impressed with that. Okay, so far, so good. I am very impressed with the level of construction in this lens. The quality of the feel of the zoom. There's a lot of movement there, so there's definitely going to be air being sucked in. It is weatherproof, and it's got its focus ring, which has an infinite rotation going on there at the front. The reason why I've gone for Micro Four Thirds, if we just compare it weight-wise, this isn't even a full frame cam. This is a APS-C size Fuji S5 Pro with the 24-70 f2.8 from Tamron, which isn't the heaviest. If you went for Nikon, it'd be even heavier. I think the Nikon one is a full kilogram. This one is around about 800 grams. If we just do a little weight comparison, so a cropped sensor with a big lens. We're going for 1.8 kilograms going on there. Ouch. If we go for what I have here, got just over 900 grams, so almost a full kilogram lighter is this combo. 20 megapixel in-camera image stabilization, 4K and 1080 50 frames a second camera, compared to pretty much the same size as the Nikon D500 10 frames a second, 20 megapixels. It's almost the same, but almost a kilogram lighter. That's quite a big difference. But however, there's another difference, or there's another comparison. The other lens which I have, which I'm using over here, this is the Panasonic 12 to 32-40. That one is a 3.5 to a 5.6 aperture. This one is a constant aperture, an f2. You can obviously change the aperture to whatever you want. However, it can stay at a maximum aperture of f2.8 throughout the zoom range. So let's have a look at the brightness difference we get from f2.8 to the same settings, or to the maximum aperture we can get on the kit lens, pancake kit lens. So it's got its purposes, 12 to 32. I'll take a picture of that area. Okay, so here are the photos side by side at the same shutter and ISO settings. So on the left, there's a couple of interesting differences here. On the left is the pancake lens, this little one, the 12 to 32, and at 12 millimeters, it's at 3.5 compared to obviously the 2.8. So that's the brightness difference we're seeing there. But the 12 millimeters in the pancake lens is wider. I would say significantly wider as well. I had the camera set at the same place for the same shot, or at least the back of the camera from the same place. The front of the lens was further with the larger lens. In terms of sharpness, if we zoom in, they're both very good, but I was definitely straight away. Okay, it's a little bit brighter. The more expensive Olympus lens definitely is giving a more interesting image there, but it's a lot more zoomed in. So that 12 millimeters is I thought there's some serious focus breathing. No, I didn't see the focus breathing when I was doing the video, so it can't be focus breathing. It's just not as wide as 12 millimeters on the Panasonic. So that's 12 millimeters. Then when I tried to get it to be the same, I was close enough. I tried to get them to be the same millimeters on the pancake one. It doesn't have 20. Oh, it's got 25 on the big one, which fits much better on the G7. It doesn't. No, it does. It does have a 25. I'm talking bullshit just now. Look at the image brightness difference. So there's an f 5.2 compared to 2.8. That is the brightness difference we're getting at 25 millimeters, or a 50 millimeter equivalent on a full frame camera there. So that is a big difference going on there. Again, if we zoom in on this one, it's brighter, it's sharper in every way. It's obviously, yeah, you can tell you've bought a better lens. Now for the Whopper, let's go for when we're zoomed in. I tried to get this one to be the same. Yes, I got them. Okay, they're both at 32 millimeters. Look, look at the darkness. 5.6 compared to 2.8. That is the brightness difference. If we look at the histogram up at the top right, it's disturbingly underexposed, and then here it's looking pretty good. Additionally, if we look at again 32 millimeters on the 12 to 40, it's definitely more zoomed in. So if we look, we're just right at the edge of the Sigma lens, but another one at 32 millimeters, we've got much more space going on here. So there's definitely a difference in what it considers its focal length from that to the pancake length. But also look at the depth of field that we're getting here as well. So look in the background, the 25mm is just beautifully mushy with the 12 to 40 millimeter, and with the pancake lens you can clearly make out every word and every letter there. Again, if we look at the lens which is closer, the 15mm, it's mush, but there is super mush. That's what all photographers want. We want it to be super mush. But then the final one we'll show you is the extra difference because we can get this one up to 40 millimeters. That's the difference in zoom that we're getting of 32 to 40 millimeters. And if we zoom them in, good, like brightness wise, it's a big difference. Sharpness wise, it's good. It is a very good lens. There's absolutely no problems with the quality of the image that we're getting out of that. And again, just lovely, mushy background going on there. So yeah, vastly brighter. Yeah, so 2.8 to 5.6. I'll just show you the difference. I need to put the exposure up around about 2 stops for it to be about the same. It should be 2 stops because that is what 2.8 to 5.6 is. So that's 2 stops. So 4 times more brightness, or you can have a quarter the speed of shutter speed in difference. So yeah, that's. And then if we zoom in, press C and we zoom in, what's the increased noise and image quality like? Oh wow! Okay, no, it's coming up. It's coming up. Yeah, so you're getting much finer images with this one. That's good. I'm liking that a lot. Like, you can even see the dirt and grime there. In this one, you can't really see it at all. So yeah, well done. Well done, Olympus. Like it. One thing I've noticed so far is that with the Panasonic 12 to 32, although it's a much smaller lens, at 12 millimeters it seems to be wider than the Olympus 12 millimeter. Just focus on my face. Focus on me. There it is. It seems to be a little bit wider. I think that's possibly because that is a smaller size of lens than the Olympus. So when I was doing the testing there, I had the back of the camera at exactly the same position shooting that scene there. But because the Olympus lens is so much bigger, I think it's closer to the actual subject there. So maybe the 12 millimeter is actually wider with a smaller lens than it is with this one. But let's go look at the images on the computer and see how well they stack up against one another.